Hey guys, so we're in Prague today in the Czech. We parked at a lovely monastery last night and now we're going to make our way into the city. Hot chocolate before our walking tour.
And a muffin.
And a muffin.
Behind me is an astrological clock, and every hour on the hour between 9 AM and 11 PM there's a little show where the little statues move and something comes out of the doors and the bird moves. And from what I remember from the tour, it's been going for over 300 years, which is pretty crazy. Such a long time, and it looks really cool. Apparently it's a bit disappointing, we haven't seen it actually happen yet, but even without the show, it's a cool looking clock. It's like a Dementor.
Charles Bridge.
I'm gonna go walk over it.
Yeah.
So this is the Charles Bridge, and we just came around the corner and we were both like, wow, at the same time.
It's
like
huge.
Huge. So beautiful. Let's get a bit closer and have a look. We're going to figure out what we're going to do next. We're going to get some food at some point, some traditional Czech food hopefully, although we're struggling to find a restaurant, but we'll find somewhere, and then just kind of wander around for the rest of the day. We might go to the museum because it's recently renovated and they've made it free at the moment. We were just on our way to the museum and we walked past this store that has these huge candies. Look at these crocodiles. I loved carrot lollies when I was a kid. Dolphins, giant like gobstoppers. Look at these bananas, they're huge. Like peach hearts. These huge gummy bears. Or candy canes. Closely at the church behind me, the towers are different sizes. One of them's a bit wider and also a bit taller. Apparently there's a little story that the bigger one is Adam and the smaller one is Eve, and Adam is kind of watching over and protecting Eve. But what actually happens is the bigger one was built first, and there were some wars, and during that time they lost the plans for the towers. So when they built this smaller tower, they just kind of eyed it up and figured out what the measurements were, and they just got it ever so slightly wrong, and that's why it's smaller. So it's this one on the right, that's the bigger one, and the one on the left is slightly smaller. So what you see behind me is the clock tower. We're just on the other side of it, and Prague was left largely unscathed after World War II, but on the last day of the war the Nazis burnt this building and it got torn down, and so it was much bigger. It ran all along these trees, and I think it was the old city hall, and so you'll see this little bit of the red building is what's left.
Used to go all the way along where all these trees are now. Would have been a really big building.
Little pink building. Love all the pink buildings in Europe. They're so beautiful, and there's so many of them. Our buildings back home aren't this pretty. They're definitely not pink. Oh, there's a Hamleys there. I remember when we moved to England when I was a kid and going to Hamleys in London for the first time. Oh, it's probably the best day of mine and my sister's lives. It was so magical and exciting. They've got chimney cakes here too. They seem to have them kind of all through Central and Eastern Europe, but they originate in Romania, so check out, I'll put a link to our Romania vlog where we tried them. They're much smaller here and they were much cheaper in Romania as well. Just behind me is the National Museum, which we're going to go visit soon. But there's an interesting story about this building from communist time. So there was a leader during the communist era who was trying to reform communism a little bit. Still keeping communist, mind you, so it's still very oppressive, but he was trying to give people a few more rights. The Soviets didn't like that very much though, so they brought their military to the area and mistakenly took this building as parliament and launched an attack on the building, demanding that the politicians come out. When they didn't come out, they started firing on the building. But of course it wasn't parliament, so no one was coming out. Eventually, a very scared museum curator came out of the building to tell them, hey, this isn't Parliament, please leave us alone. Parliament's on the other side of the river. And eventually the Soviets were like, oh, sorry, and went over there. But there were bullet holes all in the walls, but they eventually covered those bullet holes up to kind of erase, I guess, the negative image. But they're doing a renovation on the museum at the moment and they've uncovered all those bullet holes, so hopefully when we get closer we'll be able to see them. Such a beautiful building. Looks like that's the line to get in. It's free at the moment. I think until the end of the year it's free. So if you're coming to Prague before the end of 2018, it's probably worth a visit. Because a lot of the museums throughout Europe are very expensive.
So we just left the museum, which is the building behind us, and it's dark now, so we're going to go get some dinner. We're going to a place called Local, which our tour guide recommended.
It looks like they serve traditional Czech food and other food, and it's pretty affordable. So
yeah, so that's good.
We're excited for some hot food because it is pretty cold.
Yeah. So being in Czech, I had to get a beer and I got a Pilsner because they actually come from here. So I got one, I'm pretty sure it's a traditional Czech meal with pork, cabbage and rice.
Some mashed potatoes. I thought it was just potatoes, but it's mash. And bread dumplings. They didn't really have much for a vegetarian.
So nice and soft pork meat. So good. Not too strong flavors in it. Some very nice cabbage. It's got a very nice strong flavour for cabbage. It's really good.
So the vegetarian options here are quite limited. So it's kind of plain. But one thing that I got that's quite traditional from what I understand, bread dumplings. These little pieces of bread. They almost look like bread without the crust. And I think you're supposed to kind of have it to like dip in your there's a traditional Czech biscuit with whipped cream, and then a not so traditional caramel profiterole with, I think, caramel cream on the inside.
Very soft, caramelly taste. It's very nice. Very soft.
So this is apparently a traditional biscuit. Oh, it's quite hard. Oh. It's like hollow on the inside.
It is.
See that? It's quite kind of like meringue, I think. It has like another flavour to it. I don't know what it is. Maybe alcohol? He uses a knife with dessert, seriously.
Very brutal. This is very much like a chewing meringue. Very nice.
We just finished dinner. It was a pretty good price, 445 Czech crown. I don't know if I'd recommend the place though. The service was awful. It's really weird when you go in. All
It's like
the
a
tables,
bar that's not set up to be a restaurant, but it's mainly a restaurant, not a bar.
all the tables say reserved on them. So we asked a couple of people like, what do we do? Can we just sit anywhere? They sent us down and said like, write your name down. So we wrote our name down and we just stood there, and there's like about 10 staff members. You can't get their attention. Like they're just walking around. And I'm like, so what do we do? And she was like, write your name down. Write my name down. What do I do now? You just wait here, and you're just like standing in the middle of the restaurant so awkwardly. We got a table, and then like they're just trying to get you out of there really quickly. So then like you've got an hour, and every like before we'd even finish up food, they like cleared away our plates. The food was okay. Yours was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Mine, as a vegetarian, it's not a great place to go. Dessert was really good though, and like I say, it was, you know, we had traditional like mains, dessert and drinks for less than 20 euros, so that's pretty good. But yeah, hard to be there as a vegetarian, and the service was terrible. But dessert was nice.
Yeah. So we just got back to the van. We had a lovely day in Prague. It'd probably be a city that you'd want to see in 2 or 3 days. 1 day is just not enough to see it all, but we had an awesome time here. If you like this, please subscribe, check out our other videos, give us a like, and we'll see you on another one.
Thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe.